Welcome back to Right Answers Mostly, a podcast on what you didn't learn in history class, but you really wanted to. I'm Claire Donald.
And I'm Tess Bellomo.
And Rammies, welcome. You've been waiting for it. We are officially doing it. Welcome to Kennedy's Month.
We have heard your cries. We have heard your pleas. And we are literally so excited for this month.
We're so excited. Every episode in February, we will be covering all things Kennedy, from the building of the Kennedy Dynasty to some affairs to the Kennedy curse. We are covering it all, Rammies.
We really are. And if you're watching on YouTube, we have a very exciting announcement. We are finally back in person recording at a studio. Shout out to the Lighthouse in Venice, Los Angeles.
You're looking at their two newest members.
I mean, guys, we needed this. We needed to be together because we're obviously codependent.
In every single way.
And thank God.
Thank God. No, we are so excited to be at Lighthouse. From now on, we will be in studio. So make sure to check us out on YouTube because we will be actually adding to the studio. And again, if you're a Rammy artist, send us some art.
Oh, we love when you guys send us stuff in the mail.
We really do.
And also, we're dressing up again. So we have some cute outfits on today to represent the East Coast preppy wealth.
Yes, very like J. Crew. Yes, we're leaning in because, we are theater kids at the end of the day.
Of course, it's fun to dress up for your job.
It really is. Well, Tess, today I thought there would be no better opening to Kennedy's Month than the building of Kennedy Dynasty.
So smart. Where the hell are we?
Exactly. How did this family come to be in the first place?
Yes, no, I know very little, truly.
Okay, well, what do you know? What are your initial thoughts about the Kennedy family? We're going to be talking a lot about the patriarch of the Kennedy family, Joe Kennedy Sr.
I feel like even before we started doing this, you know so much more about, if you could probably paint a very, good family tree. Whereas I'm Jackie and JFK and then JFK Jr.
Oh my God, you guys, I'm so excited for that. Episode's coming next week.
Don't you worry about it. You know that immediately I was I'll take him. I'll take him and Carolyn.
You're wait, I have to research and just look at pictures of him for hours?
It's been a goddamn treat, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I just kind of know about obviously the assassination, the curse, Martha's Vineyard, how it's fucked all of them over. I mean, we do have a Chappaquiddick with Ted Kennedy episode back from 4 years ago.
I think that was our third episode or something like that. It was an OG.
Yeah, maybe don't listen to that. We'll do
we'll do a redo.
But really not much, Claire. I'm I don't really know the details or anything.
Well, I think that's always such a fun starting point.
Same.
Okay, you guys, the Kennedy Dynasty, Joe Kennedy Sr. How did this family come to be American royalty? Let's get into it.
Let's go.
I'm so excited.
Let's go, girls.
Let's go, girls. Okay. Well, Tess, to really understand Joe Kennedy Sr. and the Kennedy Dynasty, we really have to go back 2 generations. So, Joe Kennedy's grandparents actually immigrated to Boston in the 1840s to avoid the potato famine.
Always starts in Boston, we always say.
It really does. And his grandfather arrived with nothing. He was an immigrant, he was Irish, and he was Catholic. And in the 19th century, that's 3 strikes against you in America.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck. So he arrives super poor, which is crazy when you think about the Kennedys now.
Yeah.
His grandpa ends up getting married, having some kids, and one of his kids was Patrick Joseph Kennedy, which is Joe Kennedy's father. I'm God, we really do need to write something out.
Also, they love just using the same names.
Tess.
I'm guys, I get it. Yes, legacy, but let's also get creative with it.
So Joe Kennedy's father's name is Patrick Joe Kennedy, and Joe's name is Joe Patrick Kennedy.
Too many Joes.
Too many Joes.
Too many Joes.
Okay, but we're going to be referring to Joe Kennedy's father, whose dad immigrated from Ireland. Okay, we're on the same page as that.
Yes.
As PJ.
PJ.
And then I think Joe Kennedy, what was really calling to me to call him throughout my research was Juicy Joe.
And I was going to say, please let there be some nicknames.
Well, of course.
Juicy Joe reminds me of Joe Simpson in a way.
Well, Joe Simpson, I was thinking of Joe Giudice. Joes are very influential in the world.
They sure are.
Yeah. So Joe Simpson, oh my God.
Joe Simpson. I shouldn't have even said it. Keep it.
Now it's in my mind. I'm keeping it. Okay, so Joe Kennedy's dad, PJ, his dad who immigrated, died when he was really young. So PJ has to drop out of school when he's 14 years old and get a job. And the only jobs for Catholic or for Irish people back in the day was really the saloons. It's the only place they were really welcomed.
They're you're good at drinking, so just go
where
drink.
You should be.
Yeah.
You Irish Rammies know.
I'm Irish, I can say that.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
So he gets a job at a saloon when he's 14, and then he is just such a hard worker. He ends up buying a saloon, and then he ends up buying multiple saloons, which is pretty amazing because his father immigrated with nothing. And then because when you're at a saloon, you're always talking, you're always networking, you're gabbing.
Of course.
So the natural next step for him was to get into politics. And so PJ becomes a local politician, and he ends up being in the Massachusetts House and then the Senate, and he becomes one of Boston's leading Democrats.
Oh, damn, that all happened so quickly in a way.
I know.
Like from the bars to politics. Isn't
Well,
that how it always goes, really?
Ain't that always how it goes? And I feel like in America, like, it was this time that you really could pull yourself up by your bootstraps and like make a name for yourself.
It was like, yeah, like the American dream was different back then.
It was different. Yeah, you could say that. So by the time PJ dies in 1929, he was a son of poor Irish immigrants. He now owns a stake in a coal company. He holds major bank stock, and he has real political influence, which set the foundation for everything the Kennedys would become.
Damn, okay.
So PJ was working.
He was working.
And PJ obviously gets married. He has some kids, one of which being Joseph Patrick Kennedy, Juicy Joe.
Oh my God. Okay. Does he have like 12 kids?
I think that he actually only had like 4 to 5.
Okay.
Only.
Keeping it light for the Catholics.
For the Catholics, but that will change, that we will see in this family.
They don't like birth control, do they?
No, they actually like really don't.
Pulling out.
Well, that's what I'm like. I feel like the rules around like religious things are always a little murky.
That's true, but you can pull out, right? That's not against what
Catholic Grammys,
right, guys? Is that like against what God wants you to do?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, surely at some point they had to.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, okay. So they didn't with Joseph. He is born on September 6, 1888 in Boston, Massachusetts. So, of course, the leader of the Kennedy dynasty, I got to say, is a Virgo.
Wow. It makes sense. He's like right to the point,
Working.
perfectionist, working, networking, social, all the things.
Has no time for rest.
No time.
So he's a Virgo, born in Boston, Massachusetts. After high school, Joe Kennedy attended Harvard.
Oh, God, this whole episode's going to be so chic. You know, I can't.
No, I know. And he attends Harvard, and all of his sons will attend Harvard afterwards. And that's a real fucking legacy.
Like, literally a legacy.
Literally a legacy. So he gained admittance?
Admittance? It's such a hard word to say. Admittance.
He got in the club. He got in the Hasty Pudding Club. Do you remember who else was in there?
Hot.
Our boy Teddy.
Oh, Teddy, of course.
Yes.
They all used to be hot at Harvard, didn't they?
I think so.
Like now I feel like you'd go and be like, oh, with love and light, like love and light.
It's not what we were seeing on Legally Blonde, is it? Not what we were seeing. The Harvard people are like, how dare you?
They're like, fuck you.
Yeah, like
you went to USF.
I didn't even go to college. So.
But that's why we can say these things.
Exactly. However, he was excluded. I mean, I don't know these clubs and the final clubs in Harvard, but apparently like the most famous one is the Porcelain Club. Joe can't make it into the Porcelain Club, which is like the most famous, like top tier club. Do you want to guess why?
Porcelain Club. Is that name something about
No.
that name? I was like, is it like all white?
Yes, but he's
course,
white. But
time.
you're on the right track. It was because he was Irish and because he was Catholic.
Oh, so that's why they call it porcelain?
No, I think it's just like the name of the club. Like, I don't think that like Hasty Pudding Club had anything to do with pudding.
Let's
I
hope
could be
not.
wrong.
Let's hope not. Okay, so Irish and Catholic
Which
kids
I'm like,
get in.
They don't get in. He didn't get in the Porcelain Club because he was Irish and because he was Catholic.
Losery.
Well, I'm just like, is there really that much of a difference between Protestant and Catholic? Like, it's crazy.
It is really crazy.
So anyways, he didn't get into the top club because of that. And his insecurity about being Irish and Catholic will just like feed and drive his ambition for the rest of his life. And he's like, I'm going to show the world what I can do.
It's like, I am a white man. Believe in my power.
Exactly.
But at the time, people did hate Irish people.
There used to be job signs that would be like, help wanted, Irish need not apply.
Crazy.
How dare you ever do something to like Cillian Murphy's ancestors like that?
Wow, talk about it.
You don't discriminate against my baby.
No, it's so true.
It is crazy. No, Irish people you guys have gone through some shit, you Irish Rammies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you, Tess. So he has kind of a chip on his shoulder that will fuel his life. And while he's at Harvard, he starts dating a woman named Rose Fitzgerald.
Like Fitzgerald.
Like
Ella Fitzgerald?
No.
No.
Like,
Who's Ella Fitzgerald? Jazz singer?
yeah. Okay. Like John Fitzgerald Kennedy.
Oh, okay.
You know, like that's
Okay.
how we get the name. So Rose Fitzgerald, let's talk about her. She was born on July 22nd, 1890 in Boston. Cancer queen. Right? Yeah, I think that's right before Leo.
I think Cancer.
Cuspy vibes. Her father was the mayor of Boston. So she grew up like hugely into politics. And her dad wasn't like, you're a woman, so you shouldn't be involved. He was like, you're going to go campaign with me. Like, you are going to be in it with me.
Oh, love that.
Yeah. So she has always been involved in politics her whole life. However, her dad refused to let her go when she gets older to Wellesley College, which she was accepted to. And she had to enroll at the Manhattanville College of the Sacred Heart in Manhattan. It was a religious school, and it didn't even grant degrees at the time.
For women.
This Catholic school didn't. Wellesley did, but Wellesley was a, what's it called? What's WASP? What did I just say? That's the opposite of Catholic, but still like the same.
Protestant?
Protestant. It was a Protestant school.
Oh, okay.
So her dad was like, you're not going there. And she said, which I think is so sad, she later said that her greatest regret was not having gone to Wesley College, saying that it was something I felt a little sad about all my life.
Oh, damn. I feel that. Sometimes it just stays with you. You're like, why? Why didn't I choose a different school?
Well, and it's just like, that's where she wanted to go. She could have actually got a degree. I feel like she could have learned so much more, and she had to go to like this religious school.
That sucks.
I know, it does really suck. But she meets, when she's 17 years old, Rose met Juicy Joe at Old Orchard Beach in Maine, where their families were vacationing together.
Oh, cute.
Rich.
Rich.
So they meet when she's 17. They started dating, but Rose's dad was like, you're too young to be dating anyone, so you can't date this man. So they kept their relationship under wrap for years.
Was he like in his 20s at this point?
I think he was at at Harvard. He was a little bit older, but not like a huge age difference.
Okay.
So her dad's like, you can't be a girlfriend to anyone. However, on October 7th, 1914, 7 years after dating in secret.
Wow, celebrities now could never.
And neither one of them were celebrities, but like.
But still, anything in secret for 7 years.
Well, I've never really met a secret.
Never.
So, yeah, I couldn't. It's so chic, though.
I know it really is.
A secret is chic.
Especially in this time.
Yeah.
And with his family, you know?
Exactly. So they're dating, and after 7 years of dating, Rose's dad allows Joe to propose and get married to Rose because he gets an amazing job, which we will talk about. And they settle in Brookline, Massachusetts. So after Joe gets this amazing job, makes a lot of money, all of a sudden Rose's dad is like, yeah, you can marry her.
He's like, sure, take her.
Take her. So what is this job that we're talking about? So after graduating Harvard in 1912, Joe's first job was as a state banking examiner. State bank examiner.
I feel like there is money in that.
There,
or is there not? Because it's like a government job?
I think it's fine, which I was like, what is that? Apparently you're just like making sure everything going on with the banks is chill. Like you're learning the ins and outs of banks. So I feel like there's probably like not money in it.
Yeah.
And again, like at this point, PJ had created like a pretty comfortable life for Joe. So then in 1913, the bank in which his father held a significant share was under threat of being taken over by something else. So then he would like lose his money in that bank. So Joe borrowed $45,000 from family and friends, which today, calculator, would be about $1.4 million.
He's like, do you mind just a little cash on the side?
Can you imagine?
My God.
I mean, it's helpful to have friends in low places. Like,
I know, but I'd be scared to like, I don't know. It's like a lot of money to give back to someone if it doesn't go well.
Well, 100%, Tess. Like that is huge risk, huge reward.
Yeah.
So he borrows $45,000 and he stepped in and he bought back control of the bank.
Oh my God.
And so it worked. And it made him the president of the bank at 25 years old.
Whoa.
25 years old.
So now we're talking like a lot of money when you're the president of the bank in what time period is this?
Like 1913.
Yeah, that's going to be good for a little bit.
For a little bit, yeah. So no wonder Rose's dad was like, yeah, you can marry her.
Yeah, okay.
So he's the president of the bank, and he's just like a super smart businessman, this Joe. In 1919, he joined a major stock brokerage firm. Like, he's like, I'm not just going to make money. I'm going to make money.
Money, honey.
So at this time, the stock market was just like the wild, wild west. It was totally unregulated, and he was very good at playing the system, using tactics, and doing a little thing that we would now call insider trading.
Okay, I was like, which one is that? Little Martha Stewart action?
A little Martha Stewart action.
He walks so Martha Stewart could run.
And we've been saying that, Tess.
It all goes back to Martha, really.
It really does. So yeah, Joe becomes like an expert at insider trading within the stock market.
Yeah.
And he uses that, which is super helpful. And because he knows so much about like what's going on in the stock market and he was smart about it, he actually pulls out of the stock market and like all of his shares are like, however that works, in October of 1929, right before the crash wiped everything out.
Oh, so he wasn't affected by the depression?
He was not affected by the depression at all.
Wow.
He gets out of the stock market and he's like, all this money that I have, what I'm going to invest now, real estate.
The rich just get richer, don't they?
They do. And also, I have to imagine because like everyone else was like, help me, I'm poor during the Great Depression. He's like, well, I can just buy up so much real estate.
Do you think he was stingy or like generous?
I don't, well, and like to charities.
Or just like to his friends and family even.
Oh, I think he was like generous.
Yeah.
I think also like we have to remember he's so rich. His grandpa literally immigrated from Ireland from the potato famine. Like, so he is disconnected because his dad got some money, but not so disconnected.
Like he remembers where they came from.
Yeah, I think so. And because he is like so isolated from being Irish, I also think he was really proud of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure.
I would think so.
Yeah.
So he starts investing in real estate and he just gets rich, bitch. And then Tess, in the early like 19 teens and the early 20s, he starts hearing about what's going on the West Coast. And he's like, Hollywood is all of a sudden just like making these movies and there is money to be had out there.
Oh my God.
So he begins investing aggressively in the film industry. So he starts buying like financially struggling theater chains. He invested in film studios and he even helped form RKO Studios.
What's RKO?
RKO is no longer around, but it's radio and then something with a K and then something with the O, I think.
So it was big like during this time.
It was huge. I think David O. Selznick was like one of the starters and Howard Hughes later gets really involved with RKO.
We need to cover and we will cover.
And we will, you guys. Of course. Just say his name.
Who?
I was going to say it's Leo.
Oh, of course.
Well, I just feel like we had to mention him once.
No, yeah, because every episode. I try to refrain, but yeah.
Wait, let's get a framed photo for Leo for the studio.
Say no more, Claire. Oh my God.
And it can be like the focus.
Should it be the autograph I have with him?
Yes! Do you have it?
My mom has. I think she keeps it in like a lockbox.
Well, of course. At the bank.
Probably at the bank. Some diamonds and the Leo signature, you know?
Let's frame it for the studio.
Oh my God, I would love.
Okay, so
my most prized possession. I have to be very careful. We have to remember it.
Well, of course.
Imagine if
you are seeing how the
left
sauce
over
is being
here.
Made.
Yeah, so I was brainstorming.
Right. So Howard Hughes gets involved, but it's like it's up there with like MGM, all of that, and he helped create that. So yeah, not only was he in the stocks and the real estate, he's in the movie business.
Is Rose still like helping him out? Is she doing things or is she very like housewife?
No, Rose, like, well, I think she was housewife, but she really wanted to be involved. And she was just as like crucial to this family and with the politics and with the campaigning that we will see later on. Like she wanted to be involved. So he forms RKO. And then in the 30s, Juicy Joe also correctly predicted that prohibition would end. And so he starts getting liquor license and he starts importing liquor. So he makes a huge profit off of importing liquor right after prohibition was done.
How long did prohibition last for again?
This was our first episode that we ever recorded.
Yeah, very, very first.
It was
very long ago.
Years. And one of the reasons why it kind of stopped is because like the stock market crashed and it's like people will spend money even if they're poor on alcohol.
To disassociate. Like literally people need to black out right now more than ever.
More than ever. And our country needs money.
I remember it was longer than we thought. Like in my head, I was like, oh, it was like a year or two. But it was like almost a decade or something.
Years.
Right?
And there are rumors that Joe Kennedy might have been a bootlegger. Which, like, probably.
Definitely, yeah.
And who wasn't?
No, I could see that.
Yeah, so, you know, there is rumors that Joe Kennedy, and we'll talk about this, you know, maybe was doing some illegal stuff here and there.
Find you a girl who can do it all.
Exactly.
Movies.
Illegal shit.
Yeah.
The mob.
It was a different time.
It was. So he starts making a ton of money from that and Tess. By 1935, his wealth had increased to, this is in 1935, $180 million. Calculator, which today would be the equivalent to $4.13 billion.
Whoa. Being a billionaire during that, a millionaire of that. Yeah. Like, it's truly even crazy. Like, people, like, I feel like even $1 million until, like, 2005 was, like, insane. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, now $1 million, what can it get you?
No, like, literally, I just saw, like, a 1-bedroom apartment on TikTok for sale for, like, 1.5. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. But, like, that is so much money. Like, even to, like, grasp that.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, millionaires were so scarce back then. But he is so rich. He also acquired enough capital to establish $1 million trust funds for each of his 9 children that guaranteed lifelong financial independence.
We love it. We love it. Oh, it's really making me laugh, though. Thinking of Tom in Succession. Or is it Tom that says it? The tallest dwarf in the world?
Oh, about
having 5 million? He's like, you can't work. You can't do it.
But it's so true. Yeah, if you're Succession Ramy, how he's like 5 million like sucks.
Yeah, he's like, that's like really sad for you. Oh, there's gonna be so many. Like, I'm already thinking of Succession just during this whole. Like, there's gonna be a lot of Succession references.
And thank you for bringing it there.
Always.
But yeah, so I kind of like was looking into that of like what even a $1 million trust fund would mean for them back then, and it's basically like they're just gonna be like they have other assets coming in. Like, it's just they're getting so rich.
Well, once you have that, then you just keep making more money every year. Like, It's not like that just like goes like you are investing it. You're getting like a percentage of that just increases every year.
Every year. So that's what I'm saying. Like, the Kennedys still, I mean, their name holds so much power, but it's like Joe Kennedy set up for his grandchildren and his great-grandchildren to like,
wow,
if you play it right.
Yeah, damn. Protecting the family.
Exactly.
Which that's hot. Like, that's hot to give your grandkids like trust funds, you know? Yeah, Rammies, if you're making that much money, set people up in your life with a little trust fund, if you will.
Why not?
Yeah, please.
And that's our message today.
Thank you for listening to our TED Talk.
So he does tell his kids and wife over and over again, like, I'm making all this money so that my kids don't have to, and so that my boys and girls can go into public service.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about these kids.
Yeah. Who are these little brats?
Literally. So Rose and Joe go on to have 9 children together.
Too many children. But I guess if you're that rich,
I mean, you can.
That's still too many, I think.
I think that's too many kids, too. But it is crazy that it's like, wow, you had 9 kids and you could still set up $1 million trust funds?
They could probably do it for like 40 kids.
Well, they could. I mean, it's just crazy. But yeah, tell me you're Catholic without telling me you're Catholic.
She must have been exhausted.
Okay, so Tess, do you guys mind if I say the names with the year that they were born?
No, they're pumping them out.
Because it's crazy. Okay, so we have Joseph Jr., 1915, John or Jack, which is JFK, 1917, Rosemary, 1918, Kathleen, 1920, Eunice, 1921, Patricia, 1924, Robert, 1925, Jean, 1928, Ted, 1932.
Eunice always reminds me if she's the man. That's Eunice, right?
With the headgear?
With the headgear? What does she say to him when she like meets him on that bench?
Oh, when she's in lab too.
Oh God, she's so good.
An
icon. Always like, fuck Eunice. Eunice is here. I like all those names except for maybe Eunice isn't my favorite.
Yeah,
it's classy.
I feel like we just need a hot Eunice to bring it back.
That's actually true.
It just takes one.
We need like a really hot celebrity, like Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber should name like their daughter Eunice, and then it's going to be like the most popular name.
Because even you just saying that.
No, I know. I'm like, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I've been so wrong about so many things so far this episode.
We've actually talked about Eunice because Eunice is the one who created the Special Olympics, and Eunice Kennedy, I believe, is Patrick Schwarzenegger's grandma.
Oh, we love you, Eunice.
We love you, Eunice. An icon and a hot name.
Well, it is. I'm so sorry.
I
take it all back. Yeah.
But pretty much Rose was pregnant like every year.
God, it's just like it's always shocking to hear when truly women survive that much birth at this time. Because like women die in childbirth was so common, even like with a few.
I know, like 1915. But I guess they did have like the medical resources.
That's true. And this is like when they started like knocking you out.
That's just crazy. It would be fascinating to do like a history of like childbirth.
No, I was thinking that during We have not released this. Oh, actually, no, we did during the Lily Pulitzer episode.
Yes.
When they just really just gave you morphine and you went night night.
I think like a woman's health history would be really interesting.
Put it in the notes.
Put it in the notes. Maybe even next month.
That's so true.
Okay, again, we're brainstorming.
Yeah, you're part of this, you guys.
So there's 9 kids, and they're all just like stylish and attractive and chic and youthful. They all played sports. They all sailed. Like they were everything. Sailing. And not only that, they had to like, it was so important for Rose and Joe for their kids to be very well educated and to know what was going on in the world. Like every night at dinner, Rose and Joe would ask the children their thoughts and opinions on world events. So some examples, ram-coded, where could Amelia Earhart have gone?
We're asking ourselves this today, aren't we?
We really are. And so they would have that discussion. How would you address this horrible drought? What would you do about the troop movements in Europe? Like real shit.
And they like respected the daughters as much as the sons?
They were like, you need to know what's going on in the world. Again, because I think like Rose's dad was the mayor and he's like, you're going to be involved in what's going on too.
It just shows you just got to like generation, like that does generational conversations and how you treat like your daughter will affect how the future daughters are treated,
So
you
true.
know?
Wow, it's such a good point.
Like imagine if like her dad didn't think anything of her, like they might have a different way of raising their kids.
Right. And I think also like Joe had an understanding, like I have 9 kids. I want all of them to be powerful.
I bet it was also from like a narcissistic point of view. Like how do we make more money?
Exactly. And how do we get more power? But it's like these nightly dinner talks like would shape what the Kennedys would become in the world because they were so involved. And like we said, all of the boys do end up going to Harvard.
Wow. Yeah, I guess like they wouldn't not accept one of them at that point, right?
No.
Do they still like today? Do they all go to Harvard? Like did like Jack
Schlossberg?
Schlossberg, it's so hard to say his name. Did he go to Harvard?
I don't know. I feel like he went to Yale.
Interesting.
Jack Schlossberg.
Schlossberg is a very ram name. Schlossberg.
It was actually Salzburg, and we changed it to Schlossberg. He did attend Harvard.
Oh, he did?
Wait, he graduated from Yale with a bachelor's degree in history.
Get him on the pod.
No, literally, Jack, when you're campaigning...
Have we messaged him on TikTok?
Well, I'm sure.
I feel like in a drunken haze, we've been like, you gotta come on. You gotta hook up with my friend.
Literally like a little kissy.
You guys would be shocked at the messages I send for, you know, all of my girls at all times.
And that's called putting in the work.
You have to.
It really is. No, we've definitely have been like, are you single?
He's like, I have a million of these messages in my inbox.
Yeah, but you know, we're history girlies, and it seems like he is too.
Exactly.
So he graduated from Yale. This is now a Jack Schlossberg episode. And then he earned his master's of business from Harvard Law School and Harvard Business School.
You got into Harvard Law?
What, like it's hard? So that's Jack's journey.
We love that.
We do. Very hot. So let's take a break because we're going to talk about what these kids are going to do.
These crazy kids are up to.
Yeah. And we are back. So the 2 oldest boys, Joe Jr. and Jack, are really the stars of the show for this family. Actually, it was Joe, Jack, and their sister Kik, not Kit.
Kik?
Kik. She was Kathleen, and the nickname was Kik.
I really love the name Kathleen.
Me too.
I think it's very pretty.
Stunning. As you guys know, actually, the oldest daughter is Rosemary. We will be talking about Rosemary Kennedy in 2 weeks with the Kennedy curse.
Yeah, we will be.
And you guys are going to be so upset. It's crazy.
I think that's going to be like truly our darkest
No,
episode.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Which is like going to be interesting to keep it light. But it's also like just really fascinating.
We always mix it together.
We contain multitudes. So the golden trio was Jack, Joe, and Kik. But really, it's like Jack and Joe.
Jack and Joe.
Joe Jr. and Jack, a.k.a. JFK. So, yes.
I was like waiting for him. Oh, he's the oldest. I thought he was middle.
He's the second oldest.
Okay, I see. Got it.
So Joe Jr. was the oldest, and he was smart, athletic, handsome. Like, he was just perfect.
He had the Raz.
He had, all of them have the Raz.
Yeah, you have to at this point.
I think, never mind. I don't know, but like, I feel like Ted kind of sometimes lacked the Raz.
I could see that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still had it because it's Kennedy.
Truly.
So Joe, had the Raz, and Juicy Joe and Rose always knew that he would be the heir apparent and brought him up that way.
It's giving Maddie knew who she was from a young age.
Exactly. And that was Joe junior Exactly. So Jack was kind of always overshadowed by Joe and in his parents' eyes and kind of just in his family, which honestly was like great for Jack. It gave him the freedom that Joe didn't have himself to be silly and to be fun. And Jack had more of a rebellious streak, and Jack loves the ladies.
I was going to say, when does that come in? How slutty was he?
I mean, he was so slutty from an early talk about Maddie knew who she was from an early age.
Yeah, I bet.
He just always loved the ladies.
Were any of them gay?
Out of 9, there had to be 2.
Yeah, for sure.
No one, I don't believe any of them are openly gay.
Okay.
Or were openly gay.
Yeah.
JFK, straight as they come.
Truly, there is not a gay bone in his body.
No, I really don't think so. So he, was always out chasing girls. But Jack was also a sickly boy.
Oh, he was sickly.
He was sickly. He got scarlet fever when he was 2.
I was going to say, was it either scarlet fever, tuberculosis? What's the other one that always gets them?
Does it start with an M? There was another one that always got them, but scarlet fever. My grandma had scarlet fever.
Wow. Yeah, I feel like someone in my family has scarlet fever too.
I'm sure. And if it does affect you, like your whole life, you can have complications from it.
It's called scarlet fever because you go like, your whole body's so red, isn't it?
I think so. Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. So from that, it does affect him his whole life. He eventually will be diagnosed with Addison's disease as well.
I don't know what that is.
It's an autoimmune disease where the body's immune system mistakenly attacks and damages the adrenal glands.
Oh, boy.
So really tough. In the documentary, which our sources are in our show notes, they said, and family members said, there wasn't a day that Jack didn't have pain in his body.
Oh, God, I just really can't imagine.
I can't either.
People that live, and I know some of our Rammies do, just with chronic disease. It's just so awful.
Really, really awful. So yeah, that was definitely a struggle for Jack. I missed a section, Rammies, which was to say that Juicy Joe Sr. is really rich, and I'm I forgot to say that. No, he's really rich. He has a great family. So his natural next step was to get into politics.
Okay. Do any of them have to be drafted?
Well, yes. So drafted.
Because you can't get out of that if you're
You can.
powerful.
So Jack actually goes into administrative work and office work. I think you still have to work for the military in that way, but you don't go into combat because Jack was so sick.
Oh, that makes sense.
But they do become even more powerful because Joe Sr. gets involved in politics. He aligns himself with FDR, who doesn't really like Joe Sr., but he finds him useful because he's smart, ruthless, and effective. And so eventually FDR he created the Security Exchange Commission, the SEC.
Right.
And he makes Joe Sr. in charge of that because he's like, who better to know the way the system works than someone who's been playing the system their whole career.
Damn.
And so Joe comes in and cleans that up. It works. He makes the SEC run efficiently, and he helps restore confidence during the Great Depression. He eventually becomes the ambassador to Great Britain. And so the family actually moves over to the United Kingdom, which is just to put it in perspective. At one point, Joe and Rose are at Windsor Castle, and he's just we've come so far from East Boston. This man's grandfather immigrated from Ireland, so it's a very big full circle moment for him.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And the whole family would go on these political trips, and this is where we really start to see the family unit in politics. But Joe is then I'm going to be president, Joe Sr.
Oh, here we go.
He's this is the natural next step. Of course, I'm going to eventually be president. But that dream really collapses, Tess, with World War II because Joe Sr. is a staunch isolationist. He's America should not get involved in World War II because war is terrible for the economy and it's not going to be good for America. And I just don't think there's any way that if Britain gets into World War II that they will be able to win. So that's kind of bad enough. But then it gets really bad because Joe openly supports appeasing Hitler.
Oh, no.
Joe Sr.
Oh,
believes that
God.
he could sit, he's like, why don't we just sit down and talk with Hitler?
What an idiot.
Yeah,
Like, truly.
He thought that Hitler was someone who could be like rationed with.
Like, he's like, let's go out for a drink and see if he calms down.
Exactly.
Why don't you eat a piece of bread and calm down? Yeah, that's not going to work.
That's exactly what Joe said to Hitler. Yeah, so, I mean, obviously we know, like, Hitler was not a normal, rational politician. And boy, was he wrong. Joe was wrong about Hitler. And his views really contradict FDR's. And then when Britain has to get involved in World War II, Joe takes his family and he, I think that's the proper grammar.
He would go.
He would go. So his family and he takes them back to America, and everyone sees this and is like, you're a fucking coward that you wouldn't stay over in Britain, because Joe's like, oh, see ya. Like, I'm not going to be involved in this anymore.
Yeah.
And so then people see him come back, and people also think that he's a Nazi sympathizer because he thought that he could, like, talk to Hitler. And
It's not a good look.
it's not a good look. And he just becomes, like, a political pariah.
Yeah, he fucked it all up, didn't he?
He really did. Like, this man was so smart, but he didn't know it all.
But then I bet John was like, if I could just come in since everyone hates you.
Well, it was actually Joe Sr. that's like, if I'm not going to be president, my son's got to be president.
Oh, okay.
And I'm looking at you, Joe Jr.
Well, yeah.
So Joe Jr. is the golden boy. He's got to be the next president.
Got it, okay.
From the Kennedy clan. So World War II is happening. To be presidential, it'd be a really good look if you get involved in the war, like that I was just against. So we got to really do some damage control.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Jr. is training to be a bomber pilot.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's truly 0 to 60.
I feel like Joe Jr. is like, I am brave and I can do it all.
He's like, let me go. Like, that is
Exactly.
so intense.
So intense. And again, Jack was, they would say, like, physically disabled just because he was so sick that he was not immediately drafted to fight.
Yeah.
So he takes an office job, and JFK, listen, okay, he's 24, it's 1941.
Yeah, I'm picturing it.
Hot. I remember in my civics book, there was a picture of him from this time, from being in like a naval office. And I remember being like, holy shit, who is that?
Yeah. Well, of course. I mean, he has like such a, his face is so specific. Like, it is like this like all-American boy, but with this like dirty edge to him, you know? Like,
That's the perfect way to describe him, Tess. And someone said, like, on this doc, even in black and white, he was golden.
oof, that's a good quote.
Isn't it?
Yes, so golden. Sorry, Harry Styles just announced his tour, so of course.
What is it? 90 days? 60 days?
30 shows at Madison Square Garden.
Crazy.
I digress.
I digress. But yeah, so he's hot, and he has always just had, you know, some womanizing tendencies.
Yeah, you don't trust him, but it makes you want to fix him.
Well, of course. And be like, yeah, I'll be the one. I can change him. No, really, I can.
We'll be talking about it, you guys. Last episode of the month, we'll be talking all about his affairs.
I can't wait.
Yeah, same.
Well, one of his affairs was with a possible German spy. He starts talking to this woman, and he gets in deep.
Do we know anything about her?
We do, and I was like, we don't have the time.
We do not have the time, you guys.
Do
your homework.
Do your homework, but really fascinating. He was introduced by his sister Kik, and then they start having calls. Joe Sr. hears about this affair, and he starts having the is it the FBI? Is it FBI, CIA? One of those guys start listening in on their phone calls, and they were like, we got to put a stop to this.
They're having like phone sex?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they were like obsessed with each other. And so to fix this, and realizing that JFK's love for women could further damage the family name, Joe has Jack sent to a war zone to break them up.
Yeah. To like, why?
Because he's like, you can't like be close to her and like talking to her.
Oh, I see.
So he sends them to the South Pacific.
Jesus.
And he's like, probably like, well, I'll find a girl there.
Yeah, he's like, don't worry about it. He's like, this is not punishment, okay?
Yeah.
He's like, anywhere I go,
I will find a woman.
I will have sex.
Yeah, but just like crazy. I would be so pissed.
I'd be pissed too.
Yeah, so he breaks them up.
But Daddy, I love him.
Exactly. Now JFK is 26 years old, and he is in charge of, which I am like, I guess now they're like, yeah, you're sick, but sure, you can fight, because he's in charge of this boat that's called PT-109. It's a small patrol torpedo in the Pacific.
They're like, we'll give you a cute little boat to like
Yeah.
occupy your time.
Well, At 26 years old, when he's commanding this boat, on a moonless night, a Japanese destroyer sliced the boat in half. It killed 2 crewmen and badly injured Kennedy's back because it like throws them off the boat.
Oh my God.
There's fire everywhere in the water. So everyone thinks that they're dead back at base, and they actually send a telegram to Joe Sr. saying your son is missing. And Joe Sr. keeps a secret from his whole family. He doesn't tell his wife, nothing. So he has to live with the fact that his son might be like dead.
Terrifying.
Crazy. Jack instead does survive, and he led his surviving crew on a grueling swim to the nearby islands. At one point, he was towing a wounded man for miles, swimming for miles.
Pulling someone with him.
And he's kind of like a scrawnier guy at this point,
Yeah.
too.
Adrenaline can do crazy things to you.
It is
Like,
wild.
it's wild.
He eventually sent, so they make it to this island. He eventually sent a rescue message carved in a coconut.
How do you know how to do this kind of stuff?
Like,
You know?
put
like,
it in a coconut?
Oh, you think that he's just this like kind of like spoiled preppy boy, and then he's like he's like Boy Scouts?
Maybe. I also think that sometimes, like, I forget that this family must just really be brilliant.
Yeah, like you
too.
have a certain intelligence. Like
Yeah.
you can think fast on your feet.
I mean, he really could.
Wow, message in a coconut.
Yeah, a message in a coconut. And it makes it to the Allies, and they were eventually rescued.
That's so he just threw it out in the ocean?
Yes, which is like crazy. And
That is
this coconut
crazy.
made it. That's what I was like,
I'm like,
what?
we're all so dumb now. Like if that happened to me, I'd be like,
Oh.
if I didn't have my phone with me, I'd just walk slowly into the ocean.
Same. I'm like, well, we made it this far, and this is the end.
Literally.
Yeah, could never be me. At the time, though, like, yeah, it sounds like a rescue mission, but apparently Jack had their boat in a place where they weren't supposed to, and the Navy viewed this incident as a tactical failure. Like, it was not good.
Interesting.
But Joe Sr. was still like heavily involved and like had a lot of connections. And so he oversaw the investigation into this, which like should probably not be allowed.
Like you're mixing, yeah, you're getting a little too close, huh?
Exactly. And he helped carefully shape the aftermath. And he's like, we got to spin this narrative into a mistake and make it look like Jack is just a hero. And it works. And eventually this story is made into a book and then a movie.
Oh, who's in it?
I don't know who it is, but it's like supposed to be JFK. It's called PT 109.
Crazy.
And it like cemented his image as a wartime hero.
God, they're good, aren't they?
They are
too good.
Senior.
Yeah.
Really, if you had him on your side.
Oh my God, like him and Kris Jenner. Like imagine the pair, what they could do.
Thank you for taking it there.
Of course.
Joe Sr. walked so that Kris Jenner could run.
Exactly.
And Big Kath.
Oh my God, the 3 of them, the triple threat.
And the devil. It's literally the 4 of them having martinis.
Oh my God, I wish I could be there.
Same.
But be so scared.
So scared, but would love.
Love.
So he, is now looked at as a war hero, JFK is. And you know who's really jealous?
Who?
Joe Jr. Joe Jr. is like, I'm the number 1 guy in this group.
Oh boy.
I'm
It's
the
a tale's
eldest boy.
time. Yeah, I'm the eldest boy.
To take it back to Succession.
I'm the eldest boy.
That's literally Joe Jr. after all this, because Jack gets like a banquet for him in Boston. Everyone's like, oh my God, you're a hero. And Joe's like, I'm actually like a bomber pilot, you guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
So to prove himself again, he's like, I am going to go be a war hero. And he takes on one of the most dangerous missions, which is flying a Liberator bomber going after German U-boats, whatever that means.
It doesn't sound fun.
No. And he flies his 25 missions. He could have gone home, but he's like, I still got to prove myself. And he volunteers himself for like an extra dangerous mission where he's flying like another bomber plane. I don't know. Sounds horrible.
No.
And on August 13th, 1944, 2 priests drive up to the Kennedy compound.
Priests?
To tell Joe Kennedy and Rose Kennedy that Joe Jr. had died in combat.
So terrible. I can't believe this used to happen, that someone would just show up at your door and be like, your son is dead. Your husband is dead.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Horrific.
Oh God.
So this is the first this is the first death that we see.
Like tragic death.
Tragic death and it's a plane that we see in the Kennedy family.
God. Oh my God.
Because I feel like everyone here's JFK. Like, they don't know there was another one. Like, there was Joe.
Yeah.
You know what I
There
mean?
was Joe.
Yeah.
There was Juicy Joe. Oh man.
Well, Juicy Joe's still around.
But yeah,
Juicy Joe Jr.
Juicy Joe Jr.
JJJ.
JJJ.
Triple J.
Triple J is gone.
Triple J is gone.
May he rest in peace.
Truly, may he rest in peace. And you know what's crazy is that after the whole family learns that their oldest brother had died, Joe says there's no time for crying. We need to get on with living.
There's no crying in baseball.
Exactly. And Jack says he wouldn't want us crying over him. We're going sailing. And that's exactly what the family did.
That is the most like waspy trauma. Like that is wow. Trauma response that only wasps could have.
Like, your brother just died tragically. Why don't you shut it and go sailing?
We must sail.
We must sail.
We must sail to heal. Which, like, hey, to be out in the ocean is a nice thing for your mental health, but
Not for mine.
yeah, that's true.
I'll be throwing up.
Not for Claire's, but just to smell that, to be on the beach.
The ocean air. And so that's what they did. But now the burden of carrying the family's legacy is placed on Jack's shoulders.
Okay, so this is where we see more trauma.
Yeah. Yeah.
And more projection.
Yeah. Well, this is a history podcast, Tess.
Exactly.
So after Joe Jr.'s death, it was really Jack that had to step up, and Joe Sr. just like immediately looks at him and it's like, well, you're next. And Jack actually says to one of his friends, quote, "I can feel my father's breath on my neck."
Yeah, I bet he could.
So Joe's like, you got to get into politics now. Like, you're a wartime hero. I set that up for you. You got to get into politics. But he wasn't ready for that. Jack was 29 years old.
He was so young when he became president.
He was so young when he became president. Yeah.
Well, he was the youngest president ever, right?
He was the youngest president elected ever because our boy Teddy was the youngest president ever because
That's
of
right.
an assassination.
That's right.
Yeah. You learn so much on Ram.
Guys, we literally have it all. Not to toot our own horn, but we should be.
But toot toot.
Toot toot.
So he was like, you got to get it together because Jack is very much a playboy at this point in his life, and he is just enjoying his life. But Joe Sr. is like, Congress is calling your name. But at this point, there was no open, like, safe seat in Boston for Jack to even run. So Joe Kennedy did what Juicy Joe always does, and he used money, favors, and leverage to quietly clear the path.
Oh, Juicy Joe's just really cracking me up.
I know. I was like, once you start, you just can't stop.
No, you really can't.
So
okay.
He went to the most powerful potential rival for Jack, and he was like, what if I were to pay off all your debts, do some favors, and what if you decided to run for mayor instead? And that guy was like, sounds pretty good.
Yeah, mayor's like a nice in-between.
Yeah, and paying off my debts?
Well, why do you have so many debts?
I mean, who amongst us?
Just that's true. But like, didn't he pay for college for him?
No, this is the other politician, not Jack.
Oh, not Jack.
He's going to a different politician, and he's saying, I know you're in the seat, but what if I paid off your debts, did you favors, and you ran for mayor?
Now I understand what you're saying.
And so he says yes, and that pays off, and suddenly a congressional seat opens up for Jack to run for.
Look how that works out. Just a little a little threat, a little manipulation.
And this is like what's so crazy, because it's like you learn this and you're like, oh, this is how the Kennedys came to be in office.
And like most rich people, it's not, a lot of people do work their way up, but it's a lot of like, let me make a call. And look what just happens. Look where you are now.
Is there like a hotter phrase though?
Let me make a call. God, it is nice, isn't it? Oh. I do love when someone says it for us.
Same.
And we've said it for other people too. You know?
We have. It's just nice. I'll scratch your back.
Exactly.
You scratch mine. And Juicy Joe was the major master of that.
Wow.
So all of a sudden, a seat opens up and Jack can run. So now Jack is out campaigning. He's shaking hands, kissing babies. Like, he worked nonstop. But Joe later said, quote, "For the amount of money I spent on that campaign, I could have elected my chauffeur."
That is so hurtful. Damn. He was just like, he was like a playboy, right? He was like playboy and like didn't take it seriously.
He was, but I think Joe also was like, I think he did take it seriously. Like, he's like, I can still hook up and campaign. Like, I can find time for both. I think Joe's point of that is like, I will use all of my power and money to get my children elected. And it's kind of just like, wow, that really sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, it's no longer pull yourself up by your bootstraps and you can make it.
Damn, it's different now.
It's different. You are just kind of like, wow, they bought their way.
Oh, for sure.
Like, and they did have great politics.
Yeah, but they definitely didn't just like poof, and it was there.
Exactly. So they put the whole family's energy behind them. Also, like when you're running for, like when a Kennedy is running, the whole family is running. Like his sisters got involved and they would throw these tea parties for women and have like Jack come and have tea with all these women. And it's like suddenly women were very involved in politics.
Because like we actually are very excited to get out and vote.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I'll go have tea with them.
Wow.
Bobby becomes his campaign manager, his brother. And then it was pretty unstoppable because in 1946, he is elected to the House of Representatives. So he is in the House for 3 terms. And he eventually gets elected to the Senate in one of the biggest upsets in the state's history. And it gives everyone the sense that Jack could be president. He could do it. But there's something missing.
Marriage.
There it is, Tess.
Children. Well, that comes later. Yeah. But like they gotta find you a girl.
We can't have a single person?
Absolutely not. What kind of morals do single people have?
Yeah, like what? I'm supposed to take someone who's single seriously?
Crazy.
I don't think so.
Crazy.
So yeah, Joe was like, it's time that you settle down. And the perfect person for that was Jacqueline Bouvier. Now, I won't get too much into Jackie and into their marriage because Tess will take that later on one of our episodes. But on September 12th, 1953, 36-year-old Jack and 24-year-old Jackie.
Oh, they had quite the age difference.
12 years. Got married in Rhode Island. There was 1,200 people at their wedding.
My God. I'm like, okay, God, I can't wait now to research that because I'm like, how did they meet? Were they in love at first? Was it like a strictly professional thing? I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for that episode
Same.
too. But 1,200 people at their wedding. Jackie then, if she didn't know before, realized now she's not marrying Jack. She's marrying the Kennedys.
Well, that's what happens to all of them.
Yeah.
That's what happens to
Oh,
Karen.
really? Oh my God, I can't wait.
That they're just like, wait, fuck.
Yeah.
They're like, this is very stressful.
Yeah, exactly. Because like most of the people at the wedding were people that Joe invited. Jackie didn't even get to pick her wedding dress. Joe picked it.
Joe's kind of pissing me off.
Oh, 100%. Also, like, ladies, imagine your father-in-law
Picking your dress. Oh, I'd be so pissed.
So pissed. So this whole wedding was a political campaign for Jack and for Joe. So then people are like, okay, maybe he can become president, but we haven't seen him do something super serious yet. But Robert Kennedy, he becomes a lawyer and he starts going after organized crime and the mob. And when Robert first says that he's going to do this, Joe Kennedy was like, you need to keep your nose out of that.
Oh my God. So scary.
He's like, don't go asking questions you don't want the answer to.
I bet. He's like, you shut that down fast.
He's like, those are my friends out there that you're working with. Because Robert, if he was going to do some really heavy investigating, would probably find Joe and a lot of these mob connections.
Absolutely.
Which is like, oh God, the story is so good.
It's just so, like, there's so many avenues to it.
Exactly. And that's what's like, I want to do a whole episode on Bobby eventually. There's just so much that
we will
could do.
come back to this, you guys.
Yes.
Like, we will have either another one if this goes well, or we can sprinkle it in throughout the year.
well.
Yeah, guys, and you got to make it. You got to help us,
Share the episode.
Share the episode. Send it to your friends that are into politics and juicy things.
Please. And hot people.
Yeah.
So Robert's like, I'm going forward anyways. And then Jack kind of gets involved with the hearings, and they would like be in the courtroom, like really going after, what's his name? Hoffa? I think that's like a really big mob boss.
It sounds right.
Yeah. So then people are like, oh, damn, like that guy actually might be serious, like not just a pretty face. And so that changes things. So now that he's married and he's going after mobsters, people admired him as a principled politician, a family man. And so Jack is like, my time has come. And on January 2nd, 1960, he announces his candidacy for the president.
Great. And he's 36? Or like 38 or something?
Yeah,
so he's like late 30s, which is crazy. Because like before this, everyone was like, politicians are ugly, old, boring, and don't have the razz.
Tess, Thank you for bringing it there because people see Jack Kennedy and they're like, oh my God.
Like, this is what it could be. And also TV is becoming a big thing.
Tess, you get it.
You know, I've done a little bit of research.
No, exactly.
Just a tiny bit, but it's like, it's fascinating.
It's fascinating. It's like for the first time we get to see these campaigns in our living room. And like not only is Jack like super young and charismatic, his wife Jackie is like so glamorous. And so they would go to these small towns and she could really relate to people too.
Yes. And they can also paint the picture of what they want themselves to look like.
And what Americans wanted for themselves.
I have chills.
I know.
It's just crazy. It's like such a crazy time.
It's the perfect storm. And like, God, I miss
hot presidents.
Yes.
It's crazy. I was just watching Trump when he's talking to Gavin Newsom, that clip. First of all, I was like, what's wrong with you and so many? But he was literally like, and Gavin, his voice sounds crazy. He looks worse than ever. He's hunched over. And I was just like, you know, he's a monster, of course. But like, I wish that you were just more attractive too at the end of the day.
Is it so hard if we're going to have a president with spray tans to have a good one?
Sugar and Bronze needs to, but no, Sugar and Bronze shouldn't.
Would never.
Him. No, guys, don't.
Please don't get involved.
Don't
Courtney
get involved.
Claghorn, I do not want to hear you being MAGA.
Do the Courtney.
Thank you for calling Sugar and Bronze. This is Courtney Claghorn, founder of Sugar and Bronze. That's what it is. Yeah, I call Sugar and Bronze a lot, but I have the voice memo memorized.
Yeah, they're on speed dial at this
Yeah,
point. But
they
yeah,
really are.
it's just like bring back hot presidents. My God,
Bring them back. So a lot of people were excited about him. However, a lot of people were not because he was
Catholic.
Exactly, Tess. And so like so much of the country is like, we don't want the Pope in the White House. Like our country was very I just don't get it.
Because it's like, aren't you, if you're like, isn't every religion, like at this point,
With Christianity,
it's like, don't you just want someone who believes in God, who has like morals that relate to the church in some
it's
way?
like God.
It's God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Jessica Simpson.
So people like the anti-Catholic people were really, it was just a huge deal for him.
Have we had, I mean, this might be a stupid question. Have we had Catholic presidents since him?
Oh, Joe Biden.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Joe Biden was, and I don't think any more than that.
That's right. Because
Yeah.
when Joe first started out, he was very...
He didn't even say the word abortion ever in his presidency. Well, maybe he did towards the end. Don't quote me on that.
Everyone say the word. It's not a big deal.
Shout it.
Shout it. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So there were 3 strikes against him. Catholic, he was a playboy, and that he was sick. So the family was like, we can't let it get out that he has Addison's disease. Damn. Because it's not a good look if you're going to be the leader of the country to be sickly.
No, people do not like weak men. Quote, weak men.
Quote, weak men. Exactly. So the playboy and the illness thing, we can hide that, but we can't hide the Catholic thing.
Sure.
So Bobby and him decide that we're really just going to play up like him being a war hero again. And what they say is like, they didn't ask my religion when I enlisted in the military. They didn't ask my religion when my brother died for our country. That's smart.
God, it's good. It's really good marketing.
It really, I mean,
May this be a lesson to us all.
Yeah.
How to, really just like shift the narrative in your favor.
Oh, exactly. They're like, sure, we can't hide from this, so we're just going to use it. And yeah, it was great. He also says, quote, and the irony is not lost on me in this, quote, I know you're a more tolerant country than to let the simple fact of my faith stop you for voting for me.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'm like, what, a tolerant country?
Tolerant country. That was a cute idea at one point.
Yeah, it really, really was. And that like someone's faith.
Where is that?
Where is that?
Where is that?
So at the Democratic National Convention in Los Angeles, like there had never been such an anticipated candidate.
And this is when Democrats were liberal, right?
Yeah, so Democrats, I believe that we said in the Teddy Roosevelt, it really more shifted during FDR.
Like in the 40s?
Like I think in the 30s, 40s ish.
Okay, so he is a liberal king.
Well, liberal for the time.
Right. Yeah, right.
I don't know if liberal would be the word.
No,
liberal
yeah, we
for
can't
the time.
say it because it's like, it's not how we think of liberal men.
No.
So we can't get too excited.
Exactly.
He's not like the environment, women's reproductive health,
No.
and no guns.
He's
probably,
still like rich, white,
of course,
man of privilege.
who's just womanizing left and right.
But in our mind, like for a second.
Yeah, we can just, okay.
Yeah. So again, he was hot, charming, charismatic. Everyone just wanted to get a peek at him. And his biggest rival at the National Convention was Lyndon B. Johnson.
Oh, Johnson.
Johnson, was like a Southern Democrat. He was from Texas. So I think he kind of saw Jack as like, look at this like rich kid that's not going to get anything done for you. And like he was going against the whole Kennedy family like power machine. I think that he was just really annoyed by him. Tess, so much so. This is so bitchy. LBJ is like, I've had enough of you, you beast. And the day before the vote, Johnson's people slid a yellow piece of paper under the door of every delegate saying that Kennedy had Addison's disease.
That is so bitchy.
So bitchy.
But God, politicians would do it now?
Oh, 100%. But like, so he's revealing to all the candidates that they have, that JFK has Addison's disease, and Bobby Kennedy gets so pissed about this.
Mean, that is wrong. HIPAA.
Yeah. Well, funny that you say that. Bobby was like, I've got a list of names and yours is then red underline. He rallies like every doctor that they've ever met with. And he's like, you got to come out publicly saying that he doesn't have Addison's disease and lie about it.
Damn.
And it works. So they're like, he's fine. He's healthy. Wow. And he becomes the Democratic Party's candidate. So then they do have to choose the vice president. And Joe Kennedy Sr. was like, we need the Southern votes. So we need LBJ.
Oh, right.
Right after he like tried to completely sabotage him. Like Bobby and Jack were like, I do not want him to be our vice president. And Joe was like, it's the smartest move if you want to win the presidency because we need the South.
I feel like VPs and presidents rarely like each other. You know what I mean? Like think of like, I don't know.
No, I agree because I feel like growing up, I was like, oh, you choose the vice president because you're your best friend.
Yeah. It's like just he want to hang out during the day. It's like, no.
No.
Usually the opposite.
Exactly. It's like all so strategic.
I mean, think of Kamala and Biden. Like
I mean,
her book, she is like, I hated every second with that dude.
I know.
I mean, truly.
Let her live her truth. She's gone through enough.
She has gone through enough. Whether you like her or not, the woman is tired.
Yeah, and I don't blame her.
God.
So, so LBJ and Kennedy are now on the ticket for the Democratic nomination or for the Democratic Party. And JFK is going up against Vice President Richard Nixon.
Whew.
And this is a tough thing because Richard Nixon is the vice president. He's pretty popular at this time. He's super experienced. So the race was tight. But the crucial moment in this campaign is when JFK and Nixon appeared together on the first televised presidential debate in America.
Crazy.
Isn't it crazy? That's the first televised presidential debate.
Can you watch it on
yes.
YouTube?
Oh, yes. I actually meant to do that because I was watching clips and documentary, but I would love to watch the whole thing.
That'd be fascinating.
Because JFK had grown up. His dad was in the movie business. All of the family's nannies always had cameras around them the whole time. He knew exactly how to look like a movie star on camera. And Joe, being in the movie business, his job was to take a regular Joe and make them into a movie star. So he knew how to train him for this moment.
That's so chic.
So he comes off as confident. He's charismatic. Meanwhile, Nixon is freaking out. He's stuttering over his words. And the big thing was that people could see him sweating on TV.
Wow.
And the sweat,
the sweat is tough. I mean, the sweat is so vulnerable. I mean, especially for
sweat is so vulnerable.
For politicians and men specifically, it's the stuttering's a huge thing. The way that your voice sounds, people will vote for you or not based on how you present yourself.
Exactly. And Nixon, it bombed. It was so bad. So Jack has a critical advantage. And the night of the election, it's super, super close. It kept going back and forth. No one knew who was going to have it. The Kennedy's campaign party was set up in Hyannisport, which is where the Kennedy compound is.
Yeah.
It's just where all the mansion is. Or all the mansions are. So all the family and campaign managers are rallied together watching it on TV. And in the still of the night, the Secret Service moved in. And when they saw the Secret Service surrounding the Kennedy compound, they knew they had won the presidency.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? Like, that's how they found out.
Yeah, they're like, people immediately are going to come for us.
Yeah.
Like we are in danger,
They're
kind of
like,
in a way.
you are the next president of the United States. Like, we have to protect you. And in 1961, John Fitzgerald Kennedy is elected as the youngest president ever.
Crazy.
Tess, just over 100 years after arriving penniless in Boston, the Kennedys are now one of the most powerful families in the world, and they have now sealed themselves as American royalty.
That is the American dream, isn't it? Like, it doesn't really get much better than that.
No, like the Kennedys are truly the American dreams. They were immigrants that became one of the wealthiest, most powerful families in the world.
Crazy.
And Juicy Joe's dreams come true.
Well, good for Juicy Joe, you know?
And that's the Kennedy dynasty.
Dun, dun, dun.
Just the start.
My God.
I know.
Just the start.
I mean, there's so many stories that, like, I had to cut this down because...
I'm so impressed.
Thank you. I'm like, I don't even know where we are, how long we've been going.
No, I'm so impressed because, like, there is just so much, and, like, we are going to give little bits and pieces as much as we can, but, like, this could have been a 4-hour episode.
No, it was going to be originally.
Yep.
I really had to edit.
Proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Proud of you.
You guys, like, I'm so excited for this month. This family is so fascinating. And again, please share this with people that you think would enjoy this. Share this with a friend who likes to party. I think we said that last time too, but again.
Yeah, share this with a friend.
Share this with, like, the chicest person.
With the chicest person you know.
Yeah.
Someone who dresses really well, someone who vacations, like, in chic places. Just like it's just a chic episode.
It is.
You know what I think this episode should be called?
What?
It's an idea.
Okay.
And I didn't make it up myself. Welcome to Camelot.
Okay, I just watched Jackie, the movie with Natalie Portman, and I have my thoughts, but I actually did really enjoy it. And, like, hearing how Camelot came to be.
I know.
Oh my God, I have the chills.
I know, I do too.
I'm sweating, but I have chills. Like, we're just actually ill.
It's also hot as hell in here.
It's hot as hell in here.
We are in layers. We are in preppy layers.
We are, but I'm so excited about this.
I am so excited. What a great episode to start the month off. Everyone share it, post it, all of the things. Like, we're ready to go.
Yes. And if you are new here, please follow us on all socials at Right Answers Mostly, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. On Instagram, we always post a carousel that has pictures from the episode that you can scroll through. Please leave your comments on Spotify and Instagram. And if you want even more of us, please join our premium channel. You get 3 bonus episodes a month. We do personal gossip, we do pop culture, and we have a full history episode on that as well. And it's over 100 episodes.
It's the best. It's such a fun community.
It really, a community.
Community, if you will.
It really is. And Rammies, we love you guys. And thank you, Lighthouse, for having us.
Thank you so much, Lighthouse. We're back in person, and that's just when we're the happiest, aren't we?
My hands are really clammy.
Same.
I'm so sorry.
I'm drenched in sweat.
We love you, Rammies.
Bye, guys.